didn't really hear me because I might get excited.
Hello, Cat fans! Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Over's Wildcat Memorial Stadium for another night of Wildcat football. Tonight's West Coast 3 game features, please welcome the Everett Seagulls and your Oak Harbor Wildcats. Once again, a reminder to all fans, admission to rescue athletic events is a privilege. With that privilege comes responsibility. Responsibility to conduct oneself in a manner where the game is enjoyable for other fans and participants. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of great sportsmanship. Be loud, be proud, be positive. Please remember the sport elevating. The officials for tonight's game are registered with the WIAA. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. The attitude of good sportsmanship should be upheld by all spectators, players, and coaches, no matter what their personal feelings or loyalties may be in tonight's contest. The referee this evening is Dave Donnelly, the umpire, Don Merzia, the line judge, Carl Carruthers, the linesman, Josh Haynes, and the back judge, John Pasquale. Now let's meet the starting lineups for both teams this evening. For the Seagulls, on the offensive side of the ball, as announced by head coach Brian Elliott. At tight end, number 7, Andrew Hicks. At left tackle, number 56, Joey Hudson. At left guard, number 52, Victor Montiel. At center, number 78, Gavin Barr. At right guard, number 64, Skyler O'Donoghue. At right tackle, number 55, Sam Smith. At the Z spot, number 15, Evan Burns. At the X spot, number 10, Cody Bennett. The 3-back, number 1, Jeremy Reed. Also in the Seagull backfield, number 28, Ethan Tucker. At fullback, at running back, number 14, Brandon Diaz. And at quarterback for Everett this evening, number 11, Noah Schmidt. Now let's meet the defensive starters for the Wildcats this evening as announced by head coach Marcus Hughes. For the Wildcats, at defensive end, number 21, Heather Lovelady. At defensive tackle, number 40, Ezra Dicheron. At defensive tackle, number 57, Justin Campbell. At defensive end, number 76, Nathan Hummel. At the money spot, number 32, Jake Minton. At linebacker, number 52, Michael Gomez. At linebacker, number 45, Caden Laquette. At quarterback, number 3, Chris Uppen. Also at quarterback, number 4, Landon Cantrell. At free safety, number 26, Brendan Anderson. And at the rover spot, number 20,
double check that in just a second. These Wildcats have had a little bit of a struggle this season, but they are looking to rebound against this West Coast South team, Everett Seagulls, in a crossover matchup. Last week, or the last time they were here, I told you that this would be the last home game of the football season. Well, that is not true. They did add a 10th game, but the Wildcats will not be headed to the playoffs. So they are going to play next week right here at Wildcat Memorial Stadium, November 8th at 7 o'clock versus the Nooksack Valley team coming down from the north. The captains are at the center of the field, running coin toss, last minute instructions. As soon as I know who is elected to receive the conference, will let them know. This Everett Seagull team comes in without a win on their record. However, Coach Marcus Hughes let me know that this should be a pretty good game because both teams have kind of been in the same situation where some struggles, but at the same time, both teams have been playing well and getting better each week. The Wildcats have going to receive first. Plan of attack with them. This game is going to be balanced, run and pass. We'll see how they started off when they get here. The Wildcats expect from the defense of the Seagulls to be a 4-front or a 40-front or a 50 press. So a 4-down line or a 5-down line. We'll just see what happens. And this would be an excellent opportunity for the Wildcats to get off of this losing streak since they won their first game this season versus the team from Canada and haven't won a game since then. They've been in a couple of games, but unfortunately they've also taken their knocks. But tonight, it's a whole new thing, and I'm going to step aside right now, allow the presentation of the colors of the national anthem, and I'll be back on the other side.
The presentation of our colors this evening, please welcome Everett High School NJ402C color guard. And a reminder to everyone, please remain standing following the national anthem until the colors have been completely retired to the sideline of the playing field. And now, to honor America with the playing of our national anthem, please welcome, under the direction of Mr. Brandon Nelson and student directors Cheyenne Winchester and Keely Partridge, the Oak Harbor High School Band. now it's time for some Wildcat football.
As always, an excellent rendition of the national anthem by the band under the direction of Mr. Brandon Nelson. If you're just joining us, the Wildcats are going to receive the opening half kickoff and have the football first against this Everett team who is 0-6 and 0-8 overall. Wildcats are looking to rebound from last week's loss to Squalicum by a score of 56-21. For the Wildcats to receive the opening half kickoff, it'll be 45 LeKelt and number 4 Landon Cantrell teeing it up to kick it off for the Seagulls. I think it's 89.
Number 89, Jace Marty.
And 89 is
and the defending the East score. Wildcats receiving the ball with their backs to the west. Caden McKell and Landon Cantrell deep for the Wildcats.
Kickoff is taken by the up back and dropped at about the 30-yard line. Number 32 for the Wildcats, Jake Minton on there.
Jake Minton takes the kick at his own 21-yard line. That's 9 yards on the return.
9-yard return to the Wildcats first and 10. Balls resting on their 30-yard line.
First possession of the night for the Wildcats. First and 10 from their own 30.
White at quarterback. Hands the ball off. Running around the right side. A little bit of running room. Bounces off one tackler. Pick up a, I think it's going to be close to 7. It's Brendan Anderson.
Brendan Anderson, the ball carrier for the Wildcats. He sweeps the right side. That's good for 7. Christian Guzman on the stop for the Seagulls.
Christian Guzman was on the stop for the Seagulls.
Second down 3 for O'Connor from their own 37.
Second down, 3 yards after a pickup of 7. Ball resting on the 37. White in the shotgun. Anderson gets the handoff, this time running to his left. Has the first down. And a couple more.
Brendan Anderson with the ball again. He picks up 5 yards.
Tackle by number 56 of the Seagulls. That's Joey Hudson.
Brendan Diaz on the stop for Everett on the play.
Diaz was there as well to help make the tackle.
First and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 42.
First and 10 from the 42-yard line for the Wildcats. Going to go shotgun formation once again. Anderson in the backfield alongside White. White's going to hand it straight up the middle. Anderson breaks one tackle, looking for some running room. Runs out of it. Tackle
Brendan
for
Anderson with the carry. Picks up
the
4
Everett
yards.
Seagulls, number 5, Gabe Rahman.
Second down, 6 yards to go for Cats from the end, 46.
Up to 4 yards on that play. It's going to bring up second down and 6. Balls resting on the 46-yard line of the Wildcats. White has Anderson in the backfield with him once again. This time it's a fake to him. He's going to keep it. The 42-yard line, the original line of scrimmage of this. White's going to roll to his right. He's a lefty. Looks for some running room. He's got it. He dives forward close to the 50-yard line. Touchdown by number 5, Gage Rahman. That's going to bring up a 4th down. The ball's going to be resting on the 49-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down and 3.
4th down and 3.
Looks like the citizen comes in. Cameron, a citizen, to take this snap. They got the heavy package in there. Michael Gomez in the backfield. Dragging some tacklers with him. It's going to depend on the spot. They gave him a favorable one, and that's going to be a 1st and 10. And now they're inside 47 yards. Simpson under center once again. Handoff goes to Gomez. Nope, it's LeKelt with it going around the left. He's dragging 3 or 4 tacklers with him for 1st down yardage. One of the tacklers in on that play was number 56, Joey Hudson.
First down. Cody Bennett made defensive play for the Seagulls.
Great run there by LeKelt, just keeping the legs churning. Picked up 7 yards after initial contact. Gomez in the backfield once again, wing formation. This time it's going to be pitched to Anderson. Anderson looking for some running room over the right tackle. He's going to pick up 7. Simpson this time dropping back to pass, got some pressure. He's looking to the right. He's got a man. Oh, good coverage right there by number 2 of the Seagulls. That's Jeremy Reed, intended for number 21. Calvin's complete. And bring up 3rd down and 3.
Wildcat first down.
Schmidt also able to stop. The last few weeks. Simpson's going to give it to Gomez this time. He doesn't have a whole lot of room to run, but he does pile forward. Probably picked up 2. Initial contact made by number 56, Joey Hudson. Also on the stop was number 8, Kevin Campbell.
Kevin Campbell on the last stop on the play.
Pickup of 2 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Maybe 2nd down and 8.
LeKelt gets it this time. He busts through 1 tackle, gets it close to the 1st down yardage effort. 54.
He picks up 7.
Michael
On the tackle for the Seagulls. Calling out the Everett 15 yards.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Ball's resting on the 13-yard line. Simpson goes on a hard count. Penalty flag comes out. I think it's going to be offsides on the Seagulls. It is. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. That yardage brings a 1st down for the Wildcats. And now they're going to be inside the 10-yard line to the 8.
10-yard penalty moves the ball down to the 8-yard line.
1st down and goal from the 8. Sends a man in motion. He's going to hand it to Anderson. Anderson cuts it back up the middle. Gets to the 5, but then he's dropped down by number 14. Also in there was number 11. Noah Schmidt. And Brandon.
Picks up another play before it's taken down by Brandon Eels. It'll be 2nd goal at the 7-yard line.
Wildcats at their own 7-yard line. This time, not a whole lot of space to run right there. He might have picked up 1 yard.
Caden McKell with the carry. He stacked up at the 5-yard line.
Joey Hudson in the 8.
You can see that tackle that played at 52 working that field.
Simpson comes from the sideline.
3rd goal for the Cats at the Seagull 5.
Actually, 2 to the Seagulls 30-yard line. Goal. gives it to Kelton. Then it goes to Anderson. Anderson looking for room on the right side. Gets to the pylon. Touchdown. Decides to run with it, looking for some space. Doesn't have any. He's not going to get the conversion. So the Wildcats lead by a score of 6-0 with 4:16 remaining in the first quarter.
4:16 remaining in the first quarter.
Just about an 8-minute drive to start the football game, and the Wildcats go. Wildcats now are on defense. The Seagulls have it on the 28-yard line, excuse me, the 33-yard line. And that's their first possession of the football game. The quarterback is number 11. That's Noah Schmid. He's going to hand the ball off. Lots of running room right there to one of their backs. Gets into the secondary, finally gets knocked out of bounds by Anderson. And that runner was number 2. That's Jeremy Reed.
That's a really good blocker there, and a big hole, and he's got some speed, got some wheels.
So one play later, they're into the secondary. They're into Wildcat territory. Ball's now resting on the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. So Schmid in the backfield. And it looks like we're going to have a legal procedure false start on the Seagulls.
Maybe the quarterback jumped on that, didn't he?
Yeah, a couple of them in the backfield seem to go a little. That is legal procedure. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. It's going to be a first down at 15. Ball now on the 42-yard line of the Wildcats.
First down and 15.
And Shane, I'm sure you probably talked about it. Bone dry, no wind.
Beautiful but cold.
Ideal conditions, yes. Maybe about
and it's going to get colder.
38 degrees or so, 40.
Schmid in the backfield with Reed. Shotgun formation. Drops back to pass. gets rid of it, and it's intercepted by the Wildcats, just taken away.
And he just ripped that ball out of there. It's like
Cantrell with the interception. Cody Bennett was the intended receiver, and Cantrell just said, I want the football.
it was a good route. He was open, good throw, and then just a wrestling match there on the end of it.
So that turnover is going to leave the Wildcats with a 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line with 3:16 remaining in the football game.
In the quarter.
Excuse me, yes, in the quarter. Way ahead of myself. Must have been a long day. So White drops back to pass, looking to his right, now to his left, has a receiver but throws it low, only where he can catch it, but it goes incomplete. And that intended receiver slow to get up. I think that's it's for Cantrell. The guy that just had the interception. Slow to get up off the turf. He does get up and hobbles towards the sideline.
Ball was nearly tipped, looked like.
Number 2, Tristan Osden comes in and replaces Cantrell. And White's going to be joined in the backfield with Anderson. Anderson's going to get the handoff, has a gap, gets through it, gets close to midfield. Tackled by number 5, Gabe Grauman.
Nice patient piece of running, made a couple of cutbacks in there and tallied a nice game.
That second down run of 9 yards is going to leave a 3rd down and 1 ball on the Wildcats 49-yard line. Flag comes flying. Wildcats jump offside, false start. They go early. It's going to back them up 5. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. And the ball's going to be resting on the 44 yard line.
Some count and timing troubles on both sides.
Yes. White's right, looking to the right for a receiver, finds Rankin. Rankin has 1st down yardage and then some. Get that 6 yards plus 6 more, pick up of 12. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Inside Seagulls territory. Red ball.
Kind of picking on those soft spots.
This time he's got running room around the left, cuts back to the middle, takes a shot, and then goes forward for 1st down yardage. It's going to be a pickup of 11.
Gage Grauman and Kevin Campbell teamed up to make the tackle.
Campbell was one of the Seagulls on
It is a
that
10-yard gain, good for a Wildcat 1st down.
Ball now sits on the 34, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats in Seagull territory. Send Anderson in motion, going to do a bubble screen to him. Good pursuit right there by number 54. Michael Bracciolio.
Outnumbered at the point of attack, though.
Yep.
A lot of white jerseys over there. Those little bubble screens are always kind of a, if you're 3-2, you probably got a shot at breaking something. If you're 2 against 3, not so much.
So 4 receivers in this set, 3 at the bottom of the screen. And Kelt was in the backfield, looking to his left, finds a receiver right there. That Cantrell back in the game. That's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Nice.
High percentage passes to start the game.
Nice.
Get the quarterback hot.
Sustained drive, though.
Pelt right up the middle. Got one man to beat. He's dragging tacklers, dives forward. He's going to be down just short of the goal line. First and goal.
It appears to be almost a 50-50 mix of the run and the pass.
Yeah, that was what Coach said. They were going to do everything they could tonight to keep things balanced. And they're definitely running and passing the ball and alternating between. So it's first and goal, ball's on the 1. And they may get this play off before the quarter expires. It's going to be a handoff to LeKelton. He walks in untouched. Touchdown, Wildcats. That was the last play of the first quarter. The Wildcats now lead by a score of 12.
And good news for the Wildcat faithful. 13 points, well, 12 in the first quarter.
So they missed a little bit of a high snap on the first point after attempt. Looks like they're going to go for 2 this time. And they got a Simpson under center and Gomez in the backfield with McKelt and Anderson. And the Simpson's going to keep it straight up the middle on the keeper and make the 2-point conversion. And now the Wildcats have a 14-0 lead as that ends the first quarter.
And the key turnaround there, of course, on the turnover and interception, as we saw. The Seagull team obviously has got some potency on the offensive side of the ball. They had a really nice drive going. Had an open man in the pass that they lost the wrestling match to. So that's the difference between what could be a 6-6 or 7-6 game and a 14-0 game right now. So it should be an interesting next 3 quarters.
Well, great drive for the Wildcats. They sustained a 70-minute first drive for a touchdown. These Eagles only have the ball for a minute of the first quarter. And then in the back of the minutes, the Wildcats are up 10.
The formula of keeping their offense off the field isn't tried and true.
Kelly's going to have it teed up on the 40-yard line. And he's going to kick it away to number 2. Also back there is Everett.
Like some kind of a late block or late hit. I'm not sure who's going to get blamed for that. Maybe not.
Dead ball, personal foul. It's on the Wildcats. So they're going to take it from the spot. The end of the run. They're going to march it off 15 yards, and the Seagulls are going to have good field position with the ball resting on their own 47-yard line.
A costly mistake.
They're going to go I formation, Schmidt under center. Hand it to Reed, the second back through. We've got a little running room, but not much. He's going to pick up 2 yards, maybe 2.5. Webley is there to make the tackle.
Attack with the Wildcats number 52, Michael Gomez.
Gomez is there as well.
Ball exactly
According to the spotter, it's for Jay Long.
7.
formation once again for the Seagulls. They didn't show this formation in the first possession. And this time Reed's got nowhere to run. He might have got 1 yard.
Soundly rejected.
And Wembley's there to help pick him up, so he was there to help make the stop and go now.
Wildcats know a solid stop here is going to really help the momentum.
3rd down 7, ball's right at midfield. Send a man in motion. This time they're going to pass the ball. It was intended for number 10. On the coverage for the Wildcats was number 20, Bennett Anderson.
Appeared as though the receiver was going up the field when he should have been maybe going out to the sideline there.
Cody Bennett was the intended receiver, but not near where he needs to be a completion.
Third down,
This is like a 3rd down and 7. Ball right on midfield stripe. Oh yeah, 4th down and 7. Excuse me. Looks like they're gonna go for it here on midfield.
Interesting play call here, huh? When a punt could pin the Wildcats back, but looks like they're going to think about it.
Yeah, now the Seagulls decide to call a timeout.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to give the Wildcats a 50-yard field right now. The way they've driven, the way they've been driving the ball. Or it on a 4th and 6 or something. And that's become more popular at all levels. You know, the riverboat Ron gamble like the Carolina Panthers used to do. You see that more and more. But it's a double-bladed sword. You're either a hero or a goat. Yeah. And that's the thing. It just pins your defense into a half a field, which is rough.
So after the timeout, they come out in shotgun formation. Schmid's got a back to his left. Going to drop back to pass, looking towards his left. Throws it deep and incomplete. So that's going to be a turnover on down.
And it almost looked like a Wildcat could have made a play on that ball and wisely decided not to, because it was thrown completely beyond any of the receivers. And
Wildcats are now going to have it 1st and 10. The ball's going to be at the mid-straight. 10:32 remaining in the half, and this is the 3rd possession for the Wildcats. So White has shotgun formation. He's going to throw it, little bubble screen out to his receiver.
He's got the numbers this time.
Blocking. Got 1st down yardage, gets inside the 40. Interception is number 6, Dominic D.
Really nice job of blocking up front. We mentioned last bubble screen about the ratio. That was a 2-on-2, and both got their blocks, and you see what happens. Nice forward progress for the Wildcats.
That's just another run. I mean, a little bubble screen, get it out there, run the ball as quick as you can. So White this time is going to hand it off to Anderson. Anderson makes a cut, then cuts back in, now back out.
He's gone.
He's got nothing but green in front of him. Touchdown, Wildcats.
But we got laundry on the field.
We got a little bit of yellow hanging out at the 37-yard line. So that could be an illegal block, personal foul on the Wildcats. So that means it's going to be, I think, because the White had penalty flag to a specific spot, it's going to be a spot foul. So they're backing up 15 yards from the 25. It's going to take it back to the 40, and it'll be 1st down and 11.
Maybe a chop block or illegal block,
Yeah,
or
they didn't even signal it. They just
No.
said personal foul, so I didn't see it, so I don't know.
they're
Yep, it's going to
you're
be
right.
1st down and 11. There was a personal foul and it was a spot foul from the last line of scrimmage.
At any rate, it was an excellent run, very patient, some good moves, a couple missed tackles in there, and he was gone.
But a 38-yard touchdown scamper if it wasn't for the penalty. Tato White in the shotgun. He's got got 4 receivers in the set, and he's got LeKelt in the backfield with him. And he's going to keep it this.
Over the course of the season, these Wildcats have just gotten more and more comfortable with the passing game, with the motion game, with the rollouts, with the bubble screens. We didn't used to see that much of that. Now we're seeing a real mix.
They'll pick up just shy of the first down, so I'll call it 10. Second down and 1. Get LeKelt in the backfield with White. LeKelt's going to get the fake handoff, and White keeps it. He's going to get the first down yardage. He's brought down from behind. Just after gaining it, pick up a 2.
Good option inside there with the keeper up the gut. You don't see Russell Wilson doing that much anymore.
He gets paid too much.
No complaints.
We got 4 receivers in this set. It's going to be a quick pitch out to LeKelt. LeKelt's got lots of running room. Gets through the first defense. He's at the 10. Makes a cutback. Gets thrown out of bounds at about the 5. I'll call it the 4. Right over the 5-yard line. And number 2, Jeremy Reed on the stop.
I'm usually the one that is pointing out the blocking, and the blocking up front on that one was fabulous. It was a wall coming downhill, and he had a couple of lanes he could pick from. A lot of room.
5-yard line. And they go with the jumbo package, is what I'm going to start calling it. They got a send under at quarterback, and they got Gomez in the backfield. And they're going to give it to Gomez straight up the middle. He drags a tackler with him to about the 2-yard line, and that's number 46 on the stop. It's Trevor Alonso. 7th play on this drive coming. 9:07 counting, remaining in the half. Anderson, LeKelt, and Gomez in the backfield. This time it goes to Anderson. The lane opens. He dives forward. Touchdown, Wildcats.
2 lanes on that one. Could have gone right or left. Beautiful play, well executed.
Gomez is going to do the snapping. Control the hold and mitten with the kick. This time the snap and the hold are good. And the kick is straight through. Wildcats now lead by a score
21-7. Seagulls, this will be their 3rd possession of the game, right?
Correct. They've only had the ball for a total of 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
Stymied at the 50 on that 4th and 5, I guess, on the last one, huh? Or 4th and 7.
Schmidt comes under center. Got Reed in the backfield. He's got 4 receivers in this set. Hand it off to Reed, a little delayed handoff and go with it.
Backfield was full of purple on that one.
Michael Gomez with the tackle. The previous Oklahoma State drive covered 50 yards in 6 plays. Time of possession 139. Capped off by the 3-yard touchdown run by Brendan Anderson.
They're going to mark it as a loss of 2 on that play. So second down and 12, balls on the 32-yard line. Reed Silver with nowhere to go because Laquelt and Gomez are right there to just smother him. At the 30, it's going to be another 2-yard loss.
Keaton Laquelt with the defensive play for the Wildcats. 3rd down and 14 for the Seagulls from their own 30-yard line.
3rd down, 14 yards to go. Balls on the Seagulls 30. Shotgun once again. Reed in the backfield with Schmidt. Throw the pass this time to his right. Oh, as soon as the ball is caught, number 4, Cantrell, puts a licking on number 14, Brandon Diaz, and somehow he held on to the football. Pick up the 3 yards, going to be 4th down and 11.
3 tough yards, and clearly Cantrell's feeling just fine.
Yeah. Whatever happened to his leg?
That receiver just got turned upfield, but just barely, and yeah, hanging on to that football was
Great timing right there by Cantrell. So they send a man deep to do the punting. Can't quite make out the number right now. Cantrell's going to go back deep to receive it.
oh, nearly blocked.
Just about blocked. Good punt there by number 8. Cantrell gets it at the 31-yard line, breaks 1 tackle, takes it to the 45, maybe the 46, depending on the spot.
36 yards on the punt by Campbell.
And unfortunately for these Seagulls, the Wildcat offense comes back onto the field with another short downhill 55 yards to go.
Shotgun formation, looking to his left.
Going deep.
Got it man deep and
Oh!
tackle. He can break one. He's going to get to the end zone. He breaks it. He dives forward.
Touchdown.
Wildcats. One play. From their own 45-yard line.
One of the longer passing, at least downfield passing plays I recall from this season. Maybe the longest, I'm not sure. You think so? Yeah. I was just thinking there may have been a bubble screen or something at some point that went long.
That I've seen here.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a long ball too.
Yeah. So it looks like they're now going to, Simpson comes in, he's going to do the holding. He's going to be the holder this time. All the pieces come together and the extra points are good. So 1 play, 14 seconds, 55.
6 minutes left on the clock in the second quarter. The Seagulls have got to be thinking we've got to possess the football and sustain some sort of a drive, at least to get some time off the clock.
Got to figure out a way to keep those Wildcats off. Right now they're clicking on all cylinders. Burns and Reed deep to receive. Kelly has it teed up at the 40. Kicks it in the direction of Burns. Burns has it at the 12-yard line. He gets out to the 30-yard line. And he's hit hard. I think that's Cantrell who made that hit as well. No, it's number 40 for the Wildcats. And that's Ezra Descheron.
Ezra Beecher on the tackle after the return by the Seagulls.
So the Seagulls have a 1st and 10, ball on their own 30-yard line. 6:05 remaining in the first half.
1st and 10 for Everett from their own 30-yard line.
Schmidt's going to go under center. Reed's going to be the lone setback. Send the man in motion. We have a little confusion in the backfield, and the Wildcats get there. It's going to be a loss of 5 on the play. Brings it back to the 25-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 15.
No confusion for the Wildcats on that one. This is kind of a tale of two teams who have had some difficulty this year, some struggles, some challenges. I can't help but notice, though the Seagulls have got only maybe about 25 players out, pretty minimal with reserves, whereas at least suited up, the Wildcats seem to have about 40, 45 out. So something that's going on. They may have started with smaller numbers down in Everett or something like that, but just kind of interesting to note. Kids on both sides learning some character lessons.
Going to be a straight drop back pass for Reed. Check that, Schmid. Ball intended for Reed. It's LeKelt on the coverage.
With a swarm of Wildcats around the quarterback, he had really no choice. And again, some of these passes, it seems like there's some uncertainty about what the route is supposed to be. I'm not sure that was a throwaway. Looked like he could have lobbed it over there, but just wasn't happening.
Well, and Marcus Hughes let me know that these Seagulls were gonna, run the ball and throw the ball, but down 28 points already kind of makes them a little bit more one-dimensional to throw the football. 3rd down and 15. Looking deep. He's got a man, but it's good coverage. Turns and looks for the football is Cantrell. It's incomplete, and it was intended for number 10, Cody Bennett, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. And I think they're going to punt it.
Appeared to be a little bump on that, but that ball was hung quite a ways up in the air. So.
Well, I think the only thing that saved him on the bump was he was turning to look for the football when he actually made contact with the receiver. So.
Not so deliberate.
Yeah. So Campbell's going to go back deep. Oh, wait. Yep, Campbell's going to go deep to punt it away. Cantrell's going to go to about his 45-yard line to receive the punt. Ball hits just shy of the 50 and rolls out of bounds at about the 43-yard line where the Wildcats will take over. 1st down and 10. So this is going to be the Wildcats' 5th possession of the football game.
They still have ample time with almost 5 minutes on the clock.
They're going to come out with White in the shotgun formation. They got 3 receivers in the set. And Anderson's going to get the handoff in the backfield. He's got a little running room, finds a seam, Gonna pick up about 5 yards before Reed brings him down in the secondary.
Brendan Anderson, the ball carrier. Picks up 5 yards on the play before he's taken down by Jerry Reed.
Second down, 5 yards to go,
Second down 5.
and the clock continues to run. Exact same formation. This time White's going to keep it, run straight up the gut. It's tackled by number 46. It's Trevor Lagagi. And just a little shy of a first down. We're going to have to call it 3rd down and 1.
Ball now at the Seagull 48-yard line. 3rd down and 1.
Ball's now inside Seagull territory at the 48-yard line. This time it's Anderson. Anderson has plenty of space to pick up a first down and then some. Going to be a pickup of about 7.
8 yards on the Wildcat first down. Campbell with the stop.
Campbell on the stop for the Seagulls. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball on the 41-yard line of the Seagulls.
41-yard line.
White's going to throw it this time, complete to Wepley. Wepley gets a block, gets to about the 30 before he's knocked out of bounds by number 15, Evan Burns. Getting to the 30 is enough for a first down. 1st and 10, ball's on the 30. When they wind the clock, it'll be 3:10 and counting remaining in the first half. White this time hands it to Anderson. Anderson makes a great cut, and a penalty flag comes flying from the white hat, and I think you're right. That's a face mask. Personal foul face mask. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, which is going to bring up a first down at about the 15. So it's going to be, because it was behind the line of scrimmage, it's going to be from the previous spot. So it will take the ball to the 15. It's going to be 1st and 10.
The 15-yard penalty moves the ball down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for Wildcats.
White hands the ball off to Laquelle. Laquelle's got tons of running room, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. 15-yard touchdown run with 2:55 remaining.
And just barely touched.
Yeah.
So solid blocking at the point of attack and right up the alleyway. And still nearly 3 minutes to play.
Yeah.
If you take the average possession time of the Seagulls, it's possible the Wildcats will get the ball back with a minute and a half, 2 minutes to play. Not to anticipate anything, but
could happen.
It's been quite a half of football.
Snapping the hold. The kick is up, and it's good. Just like that, the Wildcats now have a 35-0 lead with 2:55 remaining in the first half. What a difference it is today versus these Seagulls and some of the rest of the season. You can start to see that all the work that they've been doing all season is paying off. They're executing really well tonight against the Seagull team.
And sustaining it. We've seen some flashes and some drives and some pieces put together, and then some defensive struggles in particular, but not this game. We've seen some shutdown defense, minimal possession times for these Seagulls, and a really efficient offense.
Yeah, the Seagulls have had the football 4 times tonight. They've turned it over in an interception. They turned it over on downs, and then they punted twice. And they've had the ball for 5 minutes.
Out of 30.
6 minutes and 3 seconds.
1/5
Yes.
of the available time.
Excuse me, 6 minutes and 1 second. I did my math wrong. I fixed it.
Now, in the old days, when the Oregon Ducks would score a lot, sometimes you'd see a lopsided time of possession like that, and they might be ahead 30 to 14 or something, but not here, not tonight.
Well, Kelly's got it teed up once again. Reed and Byrne back to receive. This time he puts a heavy leg into it. Reed's going to take it at the 11. He's at the 20, now the 25. He's met by a host of Wildcats at about the 27-yard line, but they're going to bring him down. And number 22 for the Wildcats was there to make the stop, and that's Samuel Barajas for the Wildcats. So 2:47 remaining in the half. And this is the 5th possession. For the Seagulls. Schmidt is still going to stay at quarterback. He's going to be in a shotgun formation with Reed to his left. Dropping back to pass. In and out of the hands of an intended receiver. I think it was number 7, Andrew Hicks was the intended.
A couple of receivers in the same spot and a couple of Wildcats in the same spot. Looks like number 32 almost had his hands on it as it caromed off one of the Seagulls there.
So that incomplete pass is going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Seagulls. Trips to the bottom of the screen for Everett. Look to his left, completed the pass this time. Oh, brought down by number 3.
With a little help on the backside from 76.
Yeah, Hoppick made the stop, and then 76 is Nathan Hummel. He's not 76 on the program. He's 80 in your program, but he's 76 on the field.
He leveled him from
the
got him hard.
That reception was to Cody Bennett. Up of 9. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. The ball's on the 7-yard line, excuse me.
You would assume they're in 4-down territory, so the playbook's wide open for this 3rd down play, given the score and given the time.
So the Seagulls elect to take a timeout. They've got 1 remaining in the half now, and they trail the Wildcats 35-0.
Seagulls take their 2nd timeout in the half.
This could very well be the first down. The 1-yard opportunity for them to get their first down. They haven't had a first down all night so far. The
probably 2 plays to do it.
Probably.
So they went for it before at the 50 when they were only down 14-0.
Because if you run the ball right here and you don't get it, or you throw a pass and you don't get it and you complete it, the clock's going to continue to wind.
Right.
So the next play you're going to snap it at maybe 40, maybe a minute.
And you may turn the ball over with 40 seconds
left. Yeah.
And as I said, they went for it. I think it was 21-0 when they went for it at the 50. So there's no doubt they'll go for it here, I wouldn't think.
Well, you're already seeing the change in the offense. They ran the ball the first possession, and now they're behind, and they've been throwing it a whole lot more. Now Schmidt goes under center,
Wildcats
and just as I say that, they hand it off, and he's got nowhere to go. Initial contact by Hummel, and then a host of Wildcats get there to clean it up.
Maybe a loss of a yard.
Number 57 for the Wildcats, Justin Campbell, and that's going to be a loss on the play of 2, actually. They had 1 to go. Loss of 2. Ball's down the turf, and the Wildcats are going to get on top of it. It looks like to me, coming out of there from the pile is number 40, and that's Ezra Deschrong. And the Wildcats have it with the Seagulls 35-yard line.
And still not a first down.
And 3 turnovers and 2 punts.
He wouldn't have had it anyway, though. I mean,
No,
the
he wasn't
fumble
going to
really
get
didn't
there.
make a difference. He was going to go down somewhere in the same vicinity. So I think it would have been, yeah, same possession, same.
So the Wildcats
general
take
first
over
down.
with 59 remaining. They send a man in motion. White's going to drop back to pass. Oh, a little tunnel screen to Kelly. Didn't have a whole lot of room to run there. He picked up maybe 1 yard on the play.
Don't know that we've seen that one that often.
No.
Expected that to go out to the bubble, not the tunnel.
So the Wildcats elect to take a timeout. They got 50 seconds, 50.6 seconds remaining in the half. That completed screen pass to receiver picks up 1 yard. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. It's been a heck of a defensive stand right now for the Wildcats. It's really led to this offense having some opportunities tonight, and
They've really had a short field on the majority of the.
they have.
The punts,
And even
the
on the
turnovers.
first drive, when they didn't have a short field, they got a kick deep. I think they had it about the 35-yard line. They just sustained a drive and held on to it for 7 minutes and 44 seconds and ended that thing with points. So it's almost a dagger on the first possession of the game. So White drops back to pass. He's looking deep, decides to go short, throws it behind the intended receiver, Cantrell, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. So they don't have to use one of their timeouts. They got 2 remaining with 45 seconds remaining. This is definitely 4-down territory right here. Ball inside the 35-yard line of the Seagulls.
I wouldn't be surprised if they keep it on the ground on this one. They've had pretty good success.
With 2 timeouts, you can definitely do that. So White's got it. He's going to drop back pass, looking to the right.
The corner.
He's got a man. Oh, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Good coverage out there by number 2, Jeremy Reed, intended for Kelly. It's going to bring up 4th down and 9.
Well defended, no question. Well, and here's an opportunity for the Seagulls to go in with a little bit of life by stopping a drive.
White's going to roll to his left, has a receiver in Rankin. Rankin gets inside the 25-yard line to about the 23. It's going to be a first down, and I'm sure they're going to call a timeout right here with 30.8 seconds remaining.
Plenty of time.
And they do elect to call a timeout. So now the Wildcats have 1 remaining in the half. They got 30.8 seconds, and they got a new set of downs, and the ball's resting on the 23.
Well-designed play, kind of came underneath, got the receiver right about where he needed to be, not a yard shy.
No.
And got the first down. So
Rankin made a couple of good moves there.
Yeah, nice execution. The Seagulls have just got to be hoping for a stop here.
Definitely. So coming out of the timeout, it's going to be first down and 10. The ball's on the Seagulls' 23-yard line. 30.8 seconds remaining in the football game. In the first half. And if you're just joining us, the Wildcats are up 35-0.
And a timeout left for each team. I think that's what I'm seeing.
So White has Anderson to his left. Going to fake the handoff, keep it himself. He's got some running room. He's got the first down yardage inside the 10, depending on the stop, with 24.6 seconds remaining in the first half.
The QB draw thing.
Yeah, a little.
Been pretty effective up the gut tonight.
Little option play there, 15 yards straight up the middle to the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Wildcats. And they do take their 3rd and final timeout of the half. This is just, I mean, complete domination for the Wildcats. They've had the ball 6 times. They've been in the...
Hopefully a harbinger of things to come next year.
So White's in the shotgun formation. He's got Anderson to his right coming out of the timeout. 2 receivers in the set and 2 tight ends. Gonna drop back pass, look into the corner of the end zone, and that ball, is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Kelly. He had it, couldn't corral it as he came to the ground. It brings 2nd down and goal from the 10-yard line with 18 seconds remaining.
Well placed, well thrown ball. Just lost the handle, it looked like, as he came to the ground.
Second goal for the Wildcats at the Seagull 10-yard line.
That was a good read right there by White, because his first receiver was not Kelly. He looked to the bottom side of the screen first and then turned to the top corner of the end zone and threw a great ball to Kelly. At the same formation as the last play, and this time he's going to throw the ball to his left. Ooh, little push off right there. I think that's going to be, he did catch it for a touchdown, but I think that's going to be pass interference on the Wildcats based on what I saw. I'm hoping for the other, but let's wait and see what the penalty flag is.
Looked like a little schoolyard push off.
Pass interference on the defense. The penalty is declined. Touchdown Wildcats.
Well, all right then.
I got what I wished for.
Maybe the push, maybe the second push was the one we saw. Maybe there was one ahead of that, right?
Could be.
Wow. 12.4 seconds to go. Knocking on the door, 42 points.
So 41-0 in favor of the Wildcats. That means the whole second half right now, the clock's going to be running. The snap and the hold are good, and the kick is no good. And so that's where the score is going to stay with 12.4 seconds remaining in the first half. The Wildcats lead 41-0. You're just joining us, or are new to high school football. Once you have a 40-point lead, the clock continues to run even when the ball goes out of bounds. The only way the clock stops is when you score or when a timeout is called. So the Wildcats had a 7-play drive. Sorry, I don't remember where it started. Oh, it started about the 32-yard line of the Seagulls because they got it on a fumble. They marched it 48 seconds in 7 plays to get another touchdown. They have scored a touchdown on all of their possessions tonight, and therefore it's 41-0. They have missed 2 PATs. They got 1 2-point conversion, and thus the score we have 41.
And the Seagulls have yet
to get a first down.
A first down.
Correct. Interception, turnover on downs, 2 punts, and then a fumble.
Dominant high school performance.
So Kelly's got it teed up for the 6th time tonight. He gets his foot into it, a little squibber. It rolls down to Reed, who takes it at the 15-yard line, heads to his left, does a little cutback. Oh, he found a seam. He got drugged down from behind about the 35-yard line, and there's 2.8 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Will Rankin makes the stop for the Wildcats. It'll be interesting to see what these Seagulls do. with 2.8 seconds remaining. If they're going to run a play or just put a knee on it and say, let's go in and try to figure out a new plan for the second half.
And they got three wideouts though, so
they're going to drop back pass, look
deep.
into his left, throws it deep,
Intercepted.
and that ball is picked off by the Wildcats. That is Cantrell. Cantrell's got some running room. He brings it back to the 40, where he's tackled, and that will end the second quarter of play.
With the third single turnover.
Third turnover.
And as Shane said, the second half will bring a running clock, 40-point gap between the teams. And that's about all we got.
That's about all we got. This is a complete dominant performance by the Wildcats. Both teams had the ball 6 times. The Wildcats scored 6 times. The Seagulls never got a first down and turned it over 3 times. So that's why we have the lopsided score that we do. And now what we need to do is go into halftime, and you know coaches are going to say, hey, we got to come out and keep maintaining this momentum. Because if you're a Seahawks fan and you watched last week's game, you thought at halftime you're like, oh, we got this. Oh, no, it turned into a close one, which could happen in high school football.
It's high school football. We've seen crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well,
you never know. But with the running clock, I don't know.
I know. That's going to be tough with a running clock.
Yep.
So we're going to turn it over to the halftime festivities. You can watch them march and see the cheerleaders do their thing, and we'll be back to start up the second half.
And for your halftime entertainment this evening, please welcome once again to the microphone for the Everett High School band, the moderator, Ricky Gibson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Everett High School halftime show. Now entering the field is the Wildcat Show Band. The Wildcat Show Band is made up of 55 volunteer members. These students are working weeks before school began, and our season ends tonight. We are very happy to announce that in this year's Fusion Sound and Festival, we were awarded 3rd place in A class. Sweeney Todd was a normal barber until a corrupt judge sent him to Australia and kidnapped his daughter. With the help of the local highwayman, Sweeney Todd is on a mission to save his daughter and take revenge. Featuring the music of Steven Sondheim's 1979 Tony Award-winning musical, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. No pies were hard in the making in this halftime show. Tonight, we would like to congratulate all of our seniors. Some of our seniors have joined us recently, and others have achieved 4 years of excellence in marching band. And tonight will be their final performance as a member of the Wildcat Show Band. Our seniors are Sierra Argenziano, Angel Brillhart, Chloe Connell, Samantha Dahl, Ella Erickson, Renee Herrick, Kai Juvera, Christian Mathis, Aiden McCarthy, Keely Partridge, Megan Schmidt, Andrew Sears, Emily Villegas, Shane Williams, and Pex Winchester. halftime and halftime performance.
Hey, that's mine. Mine.
Gary Wallen Memorial Fund of OHHS. Special thanks to Andy for helping make our performance a reality. The Wildcats Show Band would not exist without your wonderful support. Thank you.
gentlemen, hope you enjoyed the halftime festivities. We're back for some football in the second half, with the score being 41-0 in favor of the Wildcats. And now that we're starting the second half, that means that the running clock rule is in effect because one team is ahead by more than 40 points. So the clock will not stop. It'll make things seem like it's going rather quickly, and it will be. So Kelly has it teed up on the 40-yard line, set to kick it deep to Reed and Byrne. Does a little squibber to the up back. Number 7 gets it at the 30, gets it to about the 40-yard line, and that's Andrew Hicks.
Notice special teams coverage has improved markedly as the season's gone on this year. So that's been good to see. It was I was down at the tunnel watching the Seagulls come out, and it's tough. You know, we talk about character building. We talk about, you know, what you can learn things from setbacks and difficult seasons. But, you know, I got to hand it to these kids for hanging in there for the season and still looking for their first win.
Schmidt in the backfield still. He's got a different back to his left, though. Sends a man in motion. He's going to drop back pass. Looks for a receiver. It's incomplete, intended for number 10. And on the coverage for the Wildcats was number 6, Dominic Dean, intended for Cody Bennett. Incomplete, second down and 10. And like I had said before, normally on an incomplete pass, the clock would stop. The Wildcats lead by 41-0, so that clock is going to continue. Well, that ball was, intended for number 15, Evan Burns. Incomplete pass. Number 7 for the Wildcats, Cody Walter, was on the coverage. So that's going to bring up a third down and 10. So the first possession of the second half for the Seagulls. They're on their third down and 10, ball sitting on the 40. Schmidt's going to roll to his right. Gets it out.
Nice completion.
Good completion for a pickup of about 5 yards. That's Reed on the reception, and on the stop and coverage was number 7, Colby Walter.
You'd expect they're going to leave the offense on the field and try to pick up this first down of the game.
So it's 4th down and 5. Ball's on the 45-yard line of the Seagulls. Schmidt's going to roll to his left. Gets rid of the pass. That one's going to skip in, incomplete. They're going to turn it over on downs. So the Seagulls have had 7 possessions so far tonight. They have not had a first down yet this evening. And even on the turnover and change of possession, the clock continues to wind.
I think I misspoke earlier. I was mixed up on quarters. It's 12-minute, not 15. But with the running clock, we're already down to 8:40.
So the first possession for the Wildcats here in the second half. They go shotgun formation with the Simpson. Simpson hands the ball off straight up the middle to Mitten. Mitten's going to get it to the 30-yard line. That's a pickup of 15 yards and a first down.
Doesn't take a whole lot of time. 15 yards at a whack. Already down on the 30.
So after that 15-yard pickup, it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball's on the 30. The Simpsons in at quarterback with Mitten in the backfield with him, along with, this time Mitten gets it, and he only gets about back to the line of scrimmage, 55 there. Sam Smith to make the stop. Nolan Bing was also in the backfield on that play for the Wildcats. Got back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Simpson with 3-4 receivers in this set. He's going to hand the ball off to Mittens. Got tons of running room. Gets spun around. Gets inside the 20 for a 1st down.
Notice McLeod's been staying warm here on the sidelines as well. I think that's, yeah, number 5, the sophomore.
Yeah, he might see a little action for the first time here in this football game, especially if the Wildcats score on this drive. So 4th play of this drive, a Simpson in the shotgun once again. He's going to again spin and hand it to Mitten, and Mitten's got a ton of running space over the left tackle. He's going to get it down to the 10-yard line. Depending on the spot, I think that's going to be a 1st down. It's right near the 10-yard line, so it's going to be a little bit short. It's going to be 2nd down, and I'm going to call it a half a yard. Simpson this time fakes the handoff to Mitten, keeps it himself right up the gut, gets the 1st down inside the 5-yard line, brought down at the 2. Well, it'll now be 1st and goal.
I think that's the fourth time we've seen that kind of inside option, quarterback keeper.
Yeah, a little option play that just goes straight up the middle. And a few substitutions coming in from the sideline. The Simpson goes and gets the play, goes back to the line of scrimmage.
It's your heavy package.
Yep, heavy package in there. You got 4 backs in the backfield. The Simpson's going to pitch it to Cantrell, and Cantrell walks in for a touchdown.
It's like the old Stanford heavy package.
Touchdown for the Wildcats, and they now have jumped out to a 47-0 lead, and they possess the football for 3 minutes and 49 seconds of running clock on that one. 7 plays later, they're in the end zone. 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns. 7 possessions, no 1st downs for the other team.
It's a dominant performance tonight. The Wildcats probably were due.
Snap and the hold are all good, and the kick is good.
Nice round figure, 48.
48-0 with 5:09 remaining. Okay, I stand corrected. Oh, no, I'm not. I said if you score, the clock stops, and it did. 5:09 remaining in the football game. That's a quick first in 7 minutes, or 7 minutes of a quarter.
2 possessions.
2 possessions.
5 minutes.
7 minutes gone.
You got to get used to it.
Yep. So Cantrell gets it in from 2 yards for the Wildcats to score their 7th touchdown of the night. And now the Wildcats are going to tee it up and kick it off to the Seagulls once again. And I'm sure in not too long of time, you're going to start to see a wholesale change of some offensive and defensive personnel for the Wildcats to get some of these players that haven't played much and aren't starting these football games some time under the lights on a Friday night. Because it is very different playing on this field on Monday afternoon than it is on Friday night under the lights.
Yeah, and hopefully, tonight is a harbinger of things to come maybe for next year. This has definitely been a transition season in a lot of ways. Offensive transition, coaching transitions, lots of new learning for everybody. And tonight's the kind of night that maybe we look forward to next year and have some more success with the new program. Certainly the passing game has looked sharp.
So Kelly puts a foot into it, kicks it to Byrne, picks it up at the 10.
Little razzle-dazzle.
Reed. Reed's looking for some space.
No.
Kind of bottled up at the 20, going to be brought down at the 22 or 23-yard line. Picking themselves up from the bottom of that pile is number 24 for the Wildcats, and that's Daniel Barajas helping make that stop of Reed.
Looks like defensively, mostly a familiar cast of characters, wouldn't you say, Shane?
Let's take a look.
See,
No, there's quite a few substitutes in there, actually.
Oh, I guess I saw Bennett Anderson.
Yeah, there's quite a few substitutes in there.
So we've got the wholesale changeover.
So Schmidt's going to keep that one. I don't think it was design keeper. He's going to run the sticks. I think that's going to be a first down for the Seagulls, and that's going to be the first one that they got tonight, depending on the spot. The white hat comes and takes a look at it, and he marks it as a first down. So with 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter, the Seagulls have their first down of the football game on a 10-yard run on first down by their quarterback, Schmid, and I think it was a broken play. So Schmid puts Reed out, and Reed goes down. Reed was going out to be in a slot receiver, and something happened. Now he's hopping off the field. I think he hurt a knee or an ankle.
Well, that's unusual.
That was very unusual.
Just when emotion went down, huh?
And because of the injury, they do stop the clock. And as soon as they've started it up already, now that they got off the field. Schmid's going to roll to his left. He's a righty, so he's got to get squared up.
Got hit.
Chucks the ball. Oh, there's going to be a push-off right there. That's a completed pass and a touchdown, but there's a penalty flag on the play, and Brendan Anderson got absolutely shoved from behind. That's going to be pass interference. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's on the offense, which will be a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. And it's going to back him up 10 yards from there.
It really looked like Anderson had a good play on that ball, too.
Yeah,
it was hung up there, and he was turned on it.
Pass interference on the offense is the call, so that negates that touchdown play for the Seagulls.
In defense of that Seagull, who did not score that touchdown, I think that was an interception.
I think it was,
the
too.
shove was. Because it
was a good penalty.
It was a good kind of penalty to do.
Because I think Cantrell would have come up with it.
And been going the other way, right?
Yes.
With a lot of green.
So they march off the 10-yard penalty. It's going to bring the ball back to the marked it off 15 yards. So check that in high school football. I guess it's a 15-yard penalty.
So first and 25, Shane?
Yes, first and 25. But the clock is stopped. The white hat is asking for time to be put back on the clock, and they're going to put three minutes on the clock, and they did. Now they'll wait for the white hat to get in position. He'll blow the whistle for the play to start, and the clock will wind. So it's first down and 25 after a 15-yard penalty. Schmid's going to pass again. This time he rolls to his right. Gets rid of it. He's got a man. Throws it just a little bit long. On the coverage was number 26, Anderson, and looks like number 5 out there, Gage McLeod. Double check that. It might be 6. Yep, it's 6. It's Dominic Dean out there.
Thrown out of bounds, too, it looked like on that far side. So deep hole. Second and 25.
Yes, second and 25. Only 2 minutes and 20 seconds and counting remaining in the third quarter.
Still time. Oh, shovel pass.
Shovel pass, but it
got lost in the melee.
Yep, as soon as it hit the receiver, that's an incomplete pass. So it's going to bring up third down.
Wildcats
think it's a turnover, but it's not.
Pleading their case on a recovery.
It
looked like it hit him in the back because he was blocking.
Yep.
So
I think he was supposed to turn around and get the pass after the fake handoff, and I don't think that's their starting backs in the backfield at this moment.
Now, if they don't make significant progress here, one would expect they'd punt it, but you never know.
So Schmid's in the shotgun formation. He takes the snap, rolls to his right, sets up, got a little
pressure
coverage,
coming.
Gets caught from behind. And that's number 65 for the Wildcats. I don't have a 65 on my program, so sorry, young man. I don't know who you are, but it was number 65.
And really nice pursuit and an attempt to chop that ball out from behind. Quarterback did a nice job of hanging on to it.
And there's a penalty flag on the play, so it's going to be a personal foul, face mask. And that's on the Wildcats, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. That's going to bring up a third down, and I think it's from the previous spot, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 10. Actually, no, it's from wherever the penalty occurred. So it's 3rd down and 8, actually, after they mark off the 15-yard penalty.
Gives these Seagulls a little bit of a chance.
Oh, why is it 4th and 8? Because wasn't that? Yeah, there we go. It's 3rd and 8.
3rd down, 8 yards to go.
So that's a little bit more manageable 3rd down from 3rd and 25. They hand it off straight up the middle.
Nothing.
There is nowhere to run inside. 4th down and 8. Ball's resting on the 35-yard line of the Seagulls, and it looks like they're going to go for it. But they may also just let the 3rd quarter run out.
And talk about it.
And that is the final play of the 3rd quarter. So far this Seagull team on this drive have had the ball for 4 minutes and 46 seconds, and they've only had 5 plays. And I think there's been 3 penalties.
And, you know,
2 on the Seagulls and 1 on the Wildcats.
And this Wildcat, next man up unit's playing just fine offensively. Pretty aggressive, had a pretty strong pass rush on a couple of those rollouts, a lot of pursuit. A little face mask on that, but otherwise it's good play, good hustle.
65, whoever you are, he's just a little, excited to be out there. Just threw his hands around the quarterback and helped him grab the face mask.
It happens.
It happens. It's football. Yeah, they are going for it on the 35-yard line, their own 35-yard line. 4th down and 8. And Schmid is going to go shotgun. Sends all the 3 receivers from one side to the other. He's going to roll to his left. The righty squares up, gets rid of it just as he's hit, and he's got a man in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That's number 10, Cody Bennett, and he had nothing but green in front of him, and that is a turnover on downs.
I think he had so much green in front of him, he was thinking about that, not possessing the football. Went right through his hands. Well thrown ball, wide open receiver. Just dropped it. Which brings up the Wildcats on their shortest field of the night, I believe.
Yeah.
35-yard
line. Let's see who they're going to bring out to do the duties of handling the football. And it's going to be number 5, Gage McLeod, in there getting some time under the lights. McLeod's shotgun formation. He's going to fake it and keep it.
Runs
straight up the middle. He gets to the 22-yard line. 1st down for McLeod.
Big gainer. Boy, that
nice job, neighbor. It was just down the road from me.
That quarterback keeper up the middle has been.
Yeah, that little.
It's like
the little run option.
It's like a fake sweep run option up the gut. Kind of the counter to the sweep option.
Caden Anderson in the backfield in McLeod. McLeod again hands the ball off, this time to Anderson. Anderson's got a ton of space. Gets inside the 5-yard line. Brought down to the 3 where it's going to be 1st and goal.
Taking no time at all to make it happen. A couple of sophomores there.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
First and goal for the Wildcats at the Seagull 3.
I think someone's going to get their first varsity touchdown right here. I don't know that because maybe they have played in other games at home, but I haven't seen them play here at home. McLeod hands it off to Anderson. Anderson gets bottled up. There wasn't a very big hole there. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, which is the 3-yard line.
No gain on the play.
Yep, no gain on the play. So it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 3. And McLeod comes back from the sideline to get the play to his guys. Caden Anderson in the backfield to McLeod's left. McLeod's going to run it right behind him. He's got a man behind him.
Oh,
he gets tripped up.
From behind.
Oh, I think, did he trip him with his hand? Because if he didn't, that's a penalty.
Really nice backside pursuit, though, on that. Seagulls brought some speed there and ran him down. Otherwise, I think he was in.
I think so, too. Pickup of 1. So it's 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Kind of expect they'd go to the heavy.
Now McLeod looks like he's going to go under center, and they do go heavy package, but it's different in the backfield.
57.
57's in there. That's Justin Campbell. And we got a penalty flag. I think that's going to be a legal substitution. Or 12 men on the field because they broke the huddle with too many. Dead ball. Oh, no. I'm totally off. You got a false start. Going to back him up 5 yards.
Must have been some movement on anticipating the snap there, huh?
So that changes the play just a little bit. It was 3rd and goal from the 2. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 7. Definitely 4-down territory, so you want to pick up at least half of it, if not more right here. They're going to go with the same play, it appears. Campbell in the backfield, McLeod under center. Mishandle of the snap. Let's see if McLeod got the football back, and he did. So recovered by Gage McLeod. That's going to bring up a 4th down and goal from, I'm going to guess, the 8-yard line. He had to have lost at least a yard on a mishandled snap.
Justin Campbell, that senior guard, looked pretty disappointed on that one in the backfield.
Like,
I think
it's coming to me. It's coming to me.
I think it was his number. Bummer.
Yeah, it's the same formation as the last one. So see what happens here. This time the handoff does go to Campbell. Campbell's driving forward. They're pushing him. Is the pile still moving? He's not going to get in. Wildcats going to turn it over on downs with 7:28 remaining in the football game.
Excellent effort, though. It's been stymied.
They didn't score. They got it to the 3-yard line.
Well, in the way things have been going, we'll see, but backed up against the 3 is not going to be a pleasant place for these Seagulls tonight,
no.
Not the way their offense has been working. But they've had some open receivers downfield, so maybe they'll send them down. Yeah, it looks like they got a wide out.
4 receivers in this set. They're going to hand the ball off to number 8. He found some running room. Brendan Anderson there to make the initial contact. A couple of his buddies there to help clean it up, but not before they get a 1st down. Wyatt Jolie was one of those flock of Seagulls to make the tackle.
Well-designed play, had the Wildcats completely spread out and a lot of empty space there in the middle of the field. So.
I've been waiting for that reference all night.
You have been. Oh boy. Dad jokes, is that what they call them?
That's what it is. So Schmid this time a little fake handoff, keeps it himself. That's a good tackle right there by number 12.
And a flag.
Isaiah Gady.
2 flags down. After a consecutive first down.
Yep.
But this could be, well, we'll see. Could be offsetting, could be something different. We don't know.
So I guess on a penalty flag, they do stop the clock until they're ready to play again. 5:38 and counting. Got a dead ball personal foul on the Wildcats and a personal foul on the Seagulls. So those are offsetting penalties, and that play counts. And so, because it was a dead ball, that's why the play counts to be 1st and 10.
Little scuffle after the play, I think, right?
Yeah. A little extracurricular activity. Clock winds back up. Schmid hands it off to number 8. Little jump cut right there. Gets to the secondary. You got one man to beat. Anderson brings him down about the 40, makes contact, gets to the 35-yard line.
More flags of the Wildcat clapping down here on the 30. I'm guessing it was a hold or a hold and a tackle type of a thing. I think it's coming back.
Yeah, it was 37-yard scamper by number 8. Caven Campbell. Brendan Anderson made the tackle. However, I think there's a penalty on the white team. That's the Seagulls, and that's going to come back.
I was going to say, how does Harvey? You came up with it pretty quick.
Personal foul, illegal block in the back on the Seagulls, and then a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Wildcats.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Not on the Wildcats.
Seagulls.
On the Seagulls. So both of those penalties will be.
Do they both count or one?
Yes, because one is during the play and one's a dead ball.
So you don't have to
So
pick
they'll
one.
march it off 15 yards for the illegal block in the back, and then an additional 15 yards if they can. My guess, where was those? So it's 2 15-yard penalties, so they're going to go half the distance and half the distance? No, they go back to the line of scrimmage. What?
So their longest play from scrimmage completely reversed.
But there's no penalties.
At the end of the day, it's a 1st and 10.
How can it be? Yeah, there's no way.
Are you sure they can enforce the 2?
They can enforce at least one of them. You can decline one. But one happened during the play and one was after a dead ball.
So it should be 1st and 20 or something.
Yeah,
25.
at least. Unless they were offsetting and the white hat was correct the first time. Because if they were offsetting, then it would be a replay of the down.
Now he's Black Hat's pointing one way. Now he's walking it.
Okay, so they're going to the spot of the block in the back, and they're going to march off the penalty.
Will that be 15, presumably?
Should be. So he's marked off 10. Now he's marked off 15. So there's the first penalty. And now dead ball, personal foul, or unsportsmanlike conduct, should be half the distance to the goal. And they're still backing it up.
You called that the first time.
All right.
For the record.
They got it right. They marked it off. And now it's going to be first down and 5, 10, 15, 20, 24 yards.
Seagulls' longest play from scrimmage, in turn reversed by the longest penalty play I think I've seen in high school, in my high school watching history, which is a few decades.
All right, so first down and 29 is what it's going to be. Ball's now on the 9-yard line with 5 minutes and counting in the football game. Little drop back pass by Schmid, rolling to his right, looking deep, he's got a man. Just over the head of number 7. Incomplete pass to Andrew Hicks. Closest Wildcat in the coverage was number 36. and that is Tim Boyles.
And he had a man, and he was open.
He did, just
but
overthrew
it was
him.
an overthrow.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 29 yards to go.
That ball hung up long enough, too. I thought he could maybe run under it, but maybe lost it in the lights.
Second down and 29.
And the Seagulls are in no hurry. They're taking all 35 seconds of their play clock. And I can't blame them.
Where they are on the field, might as well.
Straight drop back pass, completes it. Good move right there.
Another good
move. Gets to the original line of scrimmage. Breaks another tackle.
Another
now we got a
flag.
penalty flag. And
Maybe
group of Wildcats finally make the tackle.
face mask, horse collar, or something back there. I couldn't tell in the melee.
Because it was at the point of attack, I'm guessing it's a face mask. Because there wasn't anybody there to block.
No. Yeah, he made some nice, nifty moves there.
Personal foul, face mask on the Wildcats. That's going to be 15 yards
And
from
a
the
first
spot
down.
of the foul. First down.
Big swings.
It's getting a little sloppy right now.
A little?
So if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, there's 3 minutes and 45 seconds and counting in the football game. And I say and counting because the clock just keeps rolling. Because the Wildcats lead by a score of 48-0. And they scored on their first 7 drives, and they've only had 8 of them tonight. This is going to be a handoff, sweep to the left. Going to be close to first down yardage. Good tackle right there, right at the marker. And one of the Wildcats is not getting up, and that is the young man who made the tackle. I think it's 22. Oh, is that 26? Is that Anderson? No, 28. That's Gabriel Daggett that helps make the stop.
He'll come off. Trainer Trev will take a look at him, and the Everett's picked up the tempo.
3:16 remaining. The clock starts to wind. And they weren't ready to play, but some of the players were ready to go. Schmidt drop back pass, going to throw the ball screen,
nearly.
almost picked off.
Oh, no, that's no flag on that.
So tackle right there. I think
Couple
it was
of
52 Gomez.
Couple
that
of
made
Seagulls.
the stop. No, number 8 for the Wildcats, Brandon Carpenter, just about had an interception.
Seagulls appealed there on some sort of horse collar or something, but I think he just got yanked down hard.
Yep. So that's going to leave a 3rd down and 1. Ball's on the Wildcat 43-yard line.
Just 2.5 minutes remaining. Low snap.
Low snap.
And it worked.
Schmidt had some running room. 52 Gomez gets in there to make a stop. And another Wildcat there with him and didn't quite catch the number. Might have been Webley. Okay, with 2 minutes left, get those starters out of there. But they're seniors.
I think
They
that's
got
the
one
thing.
more. They got one more football game
I think
next
that was
week
the thing
versus
too.
Nooksack.
When I saw some familiar numbers in there, I think
Yep.
it was some of the seniors that
Yep.
got to stay in. Like, isn't Webley one of them?
Yep. So 1:47 remaining in the football game. Wildcats lead by a score of 48-0, and the Seagulls decide to take a timeout. And actually, right now, if I'm the Everett Seagulls head coach, Brian Elliott, I'm trying to drop some plays right now to give us a chance to put some points on the board, just to keep my team a little bit motivated, because they got one more game next week too.
We got one more.
They
What
play
is that?
Stanwood.
Pigtail or?
Yeah. If you don't This is their crossover match. So for the Wesco, the 1, 2, 3, 4 teams are playing off for each other for seeding into next week to see who they play.
Right.
Whereas the rest of the teams, this is only the 9th game of the year. They can play one more game, which would be next week, not in the playoffs, but playing one more just season game.
Yep.
Little bubble screen out to the receiver.
Cut down.
And a good tackle out there right in the pole, so I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Brendan Anderson. Nope, 20 is who made that stop, and that's Bennett Anderson. So 128 and counting. 2nd down and 7 after a pickup of 3. Schmid directing traffic, gets him in the right locations, shotgun. Fires complete down the field, gets out of bounds, but that will not stop the clock. The receiver was number 15, Evan Burns. 1 minute and counting. The ball's now on the 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
Nothing but an injury stops the clock.
Yep, or a penalty. Penalty would stop it until
Or
they
a
have the ball
score.
ready to play. Schmid fakes the handoff. He keeps it. He's at the 5. He's at the 3. He dives forward. Touchdown, Seagulls, with 36 seconds remaining in the game.
Good to see. The Seagulls got a sustained drive and a score.
They did get a sustained drive and a score, and they maintained the football for 6 minutes and 35 seconds.
Key play of that drive, of course, was the, what was that, a 3rd and 26?
Yeah, that turned into a 1st down.
Yep.
Based on a penalty.
Yep. Well, a good play.
Good
and then a
play,
penalty.
but then a penalty.
Yeah.
The snap and the hold. The kick is blocked.
Blocked.
And in high school football, you can't advance a block kick, so that's just going to be extra point missed.
Insult added to injury with 36 seconds to play.
Yeah, so with 36 seconds remaining in the football game, the Wildcats now lead by a score of 48-6. And all we got left is the kickoff. And as soon as they get the ball marked, they'll wind the clock again. Wildcats don't even have to snap it. I don't think. They might have to snap it once.
A few of the faithful are starting to trickle for the exits.
Well, after quite a long season, actually, the Wildcats ended up winning the first game of the season versus a team from Canada. But I don't remember the score. I could look it up, but I don't remember. They won that one, but then they proceeded to lose the next 7 games.
2 that were close.
Yep, 2 that were close.
Marysville, Getchell, and Stanwood.
Stanwood, and they had a chance at those. They were in the ball game this last weekend, and then it kind of got away from there near the end. Actually, the last home game, excuse me. And
But the others were pretty rough.
Kind of rough, but you can see that Coach Hughes has got these kids still believing, still working, and still trying to change things. And so it's good to see. You want to end on a positive note, because if you can win tonight, which they're going to do, and then you turn around and win next week, you can really build on 2 wins to end the season with your young players that are coming back next year. We're on a roll now, guys. We just need to keep that going. So they do an onside kick, and the Wildcats get it. That's number 28. He's going to get to the end zone, ladies and gentlemen. He picks it up and scampers. Gabriel Daggett gets it at the 50-yard line and scores a touchdown for the Wildcats.
Looking back, maybe should have just kicked it away, but what the heck.
The 56-yard kickoff return, touchdown for the Wildcats.
Up man on the onside kick attempt.
Yep. Any penalty flags? Oh, no, we got a penalty flag on the field. The penalty flag is back near midfield. It's at the 46-yard line of the Seagulls, which could be illegal touching. Maybe the Seagulls touched it first before it went 10 yards. Could be offsides. Could be a host of things.
Wildcats are guessing it's against the Seagulls, but where it is it's right where that
Personal foul.
personal foul.
Spearing. Yeah. I think that's like something like spearing with the way that I think that's a spearing penalty. So in other words, leading with the head.
Huh. On a block or
It
on
must have been.
something, because it was right in the vicinity of where the ball was retrieved.
And now they're
dropping
a personal foul. Okay.
Point of
So I guess
foul?
he moved the penalty flag to the point that the penalty occurred.
So it was a spear maybe on a block way down on the 10?
Must have been.
I'm not sure I saw any of that. Well, now they're coming back.
I don't know. I've watched a lot of high school football, ladies and gentlemen, over the 25 years that I've been doing.
Some of the penalties tonight have been like watching a witch make a brew, and you try to figure out why things get dropped in the pot. Appropriate maybe for All Saints Day.
Yeah, maybe.
Halloween plus
so
one.
The Wildcats decided to snap the football and take a knee, and that's going to be it. The football game is over. 48-6 in favor of the Wildcats, and they get their second win of the season against Everett Seagulls, and it was an absolute dominating performance. The Wildcats had the ball 8 times. They scored on their first 7 possessions. The only time they didn't score was in the 4th quarter.
On the 1 or 2.
And they got it down to the 3-yard line and turned it over on downs.
And nearly scored again on an onside kick, brought back by a combination of penalties that we have yet to quite fully understand, and we may never understand.
Right. And then on defense, they dominated as well. The Seagulls had 9 possessions. They scored a touchdown on their 9th possession, but the first 6 possessions, they had 2 total first downs and 1, 2, 3 turnovers. You could also call the downs turnovers, so 4, 5, 6 turnovers, and they total domination on both sides of the football.
So next week?
Actually, I just got told that no, Wildcat TV is not available for next week. So if you are going to come and watch and see a football game for the Wildcats, you're going to have to be here in person. They play Nooksack Valley Pioneers at 7 o'clock on Friday night, November 8th. And Wildcat TV will not be there. We're sorry about that, but the late notice of the football game has just not been going to make it possible. So unfortunately, this is the last time we'll be with you. But it was great to end it on this 48-6 win for the Wildcats. Any last words before we sign off there, Kurt?
Beautiful night. Thanks for sharing this victory with us. And as we talked about, hopefully this is building on something for next year.
That's exactly right. So for Shane Evans and Kurt Schoenberg, we're signing off for Wildcat TV, and we'll see you next season.